Hey guys, so today I wanted to do a review on the Tarte Rainforest After Dark Colored Clay Eye and Cheek Palette, and I just wanted to do a quick review on this. This is such a pretty limited edition palette that's out right now, and the box looks like this. It's very pretty, and I was originally interested in this palette because I thought it was very clever of them to have a bronzer, a highlight, a blush, and 6 shades all in one palette for on the go. I thought it was very convenient. So I went ahead and picked it up, and this is what the palette looks like. So I don't want to make this video too long. I just wanted to give a quick review. If you've noticed, I usually try to do a review and a tutorial into one video, and I was planning on doing that today, but to be completely honest, I was so frustrated with this palette. I really didn't like it. I even had to completely take off my eyeshadow and redo the whole thing because it just wasn't working for me. I don't know what it is. When I first got the palette, I opened it and I started swatching it, and I didn't feel like the color payoff was as good as people are saying that it is. So then I tried swatching it again with a primer instead, and it did come out really, really beautiful. The colors all came out stunning, except for this light pink shade right here. That one, it doesn't really show up at all. But the other ones came out really pretty. I could say that what I do like about this palette is the bronzer, the blush, and the highlight. They're very beautiful and they are a good size, so those are really pretty. The eyeshadows, they just wouldn't blend for me, like I said, and so for me it's not worth buying a palette just to use half of it, just to use the bronzer, the highlighter, and the blush, and not the six eyeshadows that it comes with. So I will be returning this because I just didn't like it. For the gold shade, I would much rather use the Half Baked eyeshadow in the Naked palette. I love that gold so much. It's one of my favorite ones, and I will put a clip of the two side by side just so you can see the difference. They are very, very similar, but I feel like the Half Baked one, it just stays on, it stays put, and it's way more pigmented than this one. However, this one in the Tarte palette, it does swatch beautifully. And when I first applied it to my eyes, I didn't get too much pigmentation, so I had to reapply it a couple of times, and it did look good, but like I said, 10 minutes later, it was completely falling off all under my eyes. And it was just very disappointing, so I had to reapply it several times, and it's still not staying on as much as I would like it to stay on. Another thing about this palette that I don't like is it comes with this little clear plastic over the eyeshadows to show the names of the eyeshadows, and I don't like that concept at all because I lose these and then I don't know what the eyeshadows are called. It's just not convenient. I would rather that they put the eyeshadow names on the palette itself, but that's just a personal preference. So I'm going to quickly show you some swatches of this. So the first one is called Bare to Explore, and it definitely is a bare color. You can't really see it. If I swatch it, you can see it a little more, but when you actually apply it to your eyes, it doesn't matter how much product I picked up or what brush I used, or if I use my finger, it would not show up. The next color is Make a Mauve, and it did swatch pretty nicely, and when I applied it, this one did come out pretty true to color. It just wasn't very blendable, but it was a really pretty color. And then the next one is Plum Away With Me. This one for me was very hard to blend. I'm not sure why. I just felt like it was kind of chalky, and it was, I don't know, I just had a lot of fallout with it, and I just didn't really like it too much. And like I mentioned, this next one, it's called Up to No Gold. This is the color I had the most trouble with. Like I said, I was really excited to put this all over the lid. I thought it was going to be very beautiful, but like I said, it was very much of a letdown for me. The next one is Tangled Up to You, and this is just a really pretty matte brown color. It's great for a transition color, and it's just your typical brown color. It is very pretty. This one was pretty easy to blend, and I have no complaints over that shadow itself. And then the last one is called Don't Turn a Brown, and this is just a very deep matte brown. It's very beautiful. This one wasn't as hard to blend as the Plum Away With Me color, but it wasn't necessarily super easy either. It is Champagne, and it's just a really pretty highlight. I really do like it. It's almost like the Mary Luminizer, but not as intense. It definitely is a champagne color, and it's just really, really stunning. I really do like the highlighter. Next is the bronzer. It's called Park Avenue Princess, and I really like this. It's very subtle and soft, but it's very noticeable as well. It's not too orangey. It's just the perfect shade, and I really, really do like the bronzer. And then moving on to the blush, it's called Unleashed, and it's a good size blush, and it's just a really pretty rosy color. I think it's very stunning and beautiful. So overall with the palette, I did like the highlight shade. I like the bronzer. I love the blush. But the shadows, I don't know. I guess the ones that I like the most of the eyeshadow was Make a Mauve and Tangled Up to You, but they're just very basic colors that I probably have already. So I am disappointed with this palette. I was really looking forward to it. My friend Priscilla did a video on this palette and she did such a beautiful look, and I will link her channel down below. But hers came out so beautiful and she loves the palette, and so I was so happy to get the palette, and then it was just disappointing from there. So I guess it works for some people and doesn't for other people. She thinks I'm crazy for not liking this palette, but hey, I don't know. I just can't force myself to like it. And like I said, this was more of a short video, and I apologize for not doing a tutorial, but you honestly didn't want to see the mess that I had to go through. If you guys have tried this palette, let me know down below if you liked it or didn't like it. I'm just really curious to know if I'm the only person that doesn't like this palette. So let me know if you have any questions in the comments bar below. Thumbs up this video if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you guys so much for watching. Bye guys.